Hello everybody, welcome to an interesting type of video. As you can see, not in the normal place. We're currently on the go, but I brought just enough stuff along to try and keep you guys up to date while we are on the move. So for the next 10 or so days, I'm going to try and put out a couple updates with the information for you. Today, though, it's Wednesday, and you can't miss a roadmap roundup on Wednesday. So I've got the stuff that is going on for the next update in Star Citizen. It's looking pretty imminent. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week per se, but it is live to the open PTU, and I do think that they're probably going to try and push it live to everybody sometime in the next 2 weeks, likely while I'm still gone. That makes sense. That's how it usually goes. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about what's confirmed for this update and maybe what's coming that might interest you. First of all, medical gameplay updates. These are pretty big. We've talked about these multiple times over the last few days. I've got podcasts about it. I've got reactions to it, all the info on it, so I won't go over it too much here, but this is kind of a significant change to Star Citizen, not necessarily because of what's happening now, but this will set a precedent going forward, and it's definitely going to be part of the up-and-coming economy, the money sinks, the stuff that makes you consider what you're actually doing in the game. Basically, resources are being now tied into respawning and healing. You're going to have to use Medgel whenever you want to heal or respawn at a bed that's not at a medical clinic or a hospital. That's obviously going to complicate things for people, but I think generally it's not going to affect most people too much right now. I'm more interested in just seeing what comes of it, as opposed to judging whether or not this is the right move, but we'll probably get a pretty good idea of it by the end of the year, so stay tuned on that. Next up is the ships that are going on. These have been set to committed, confirmed. They are indeed coming in 4.3.1. That would mark, I believe, about 7 years since the Apollo concept art was introduced, and it is now making its way into the game. Both of the different trims are coming in. Really, they're not much different, only differentiated by superior armor and dual missile racks for deployment on intense battlefields. Now, this ship, as I put out a video talking about a few weeks ago, I was really hopeful that they weren't going to put this out without some kind of medical system update to justify it. And it seems like they kind of snuck some bits in there to justify the ship, but I was hoping we would at least see some medical missions so you could go out and heal NPCs, you know, and not have to wait for players pressing the medical beacon button, which might not even be ready for 4.3.1 in order to get some content. We'll get back to that. We'll see if the medical beacons are going to be in for 4.3.1, but I think that is a very bad miss if they're not. Who knows? But the Apollo's coming in. It's beautiful. I hope I can somehow finagle it into being my quote-unquote exploration ship in the future, because I love the size, love the design, love the look. I'm just not really a respawn beacon point kind of person. After this, we've got the Onyx facilities set to committed as well. Reading that this update will expand the Onyx facilities with the addition of Site B and additional content to the research and engineering wings. Arkin Malor invites players back to the network of abandoned research sites scattered across the Stanton system, hidden on nearly every moon. Though light security still lingers, the facilities have long since been abandoned by ASD. At their deepest point lies Dr. Yorit's lab, where the darkest revelations await. This has been one of the best parts of the year, I think. These underground facilities, very well designed. The pacing's it's not completely there, and I think it's still kind of it's hard to judge, or rather, they need to somehow scale for groups. Going in with 2 people and 3 people is great. Going in with 7 or 8, it's too crowded, you know. And I think we definitely need to start seeing some FPS locations that are meant for a little bit of larger groups, requiring us to split off and take on different tasks. Something like Steeds of Orison, but repeatable, you know, an actual contract. Either way, these have been great. I love going in these just for the loot. I like following the storyline. Hopefully the actual puzzles you're supposed to be using in these locations get fixed at some point, because it seems like they're still running pretty basic. The stuff I've seen so far in 4.3.1, this story's getting interesting. They're doing a decent job at laying it out. And now it seems you can kind of get to the different audio docs, sort of playback. What do you even call these? Tapes that you play back and hear the story fold out. I've been able to do that without being on a contract. That was one of my complaints with the 4.3 drop, was that you would have to select a contract and then you could go to a specific tape recorder and hear what it had to say. Otherwise, there's nothing that would play. It seems like they might be changing that a little bit here, which I appreciate. I have yet to be into Site B, but I heard there's some exciting stuff in there, so I won't be able to spoil it for you, and I'm not going to. Hopefully we can all enjoy it together in the next couple weeks. After this is NPC dropships, also set to committed. We are confirmed. Introducing dropships and pyro defending outposts and deploying reinforcements when the local population is attacked. I can tell you, we attacked the local population and the dropships were there. Yeah, we actually ran into another group of players who were also fighting the dropships while we were there. We all kind of teamed up, had a good time. It was nice, you know, nobody shot each other. But, oh, actually one of them did shoot me. We never really found out why. They just shot me as I ran towards the pilot seat of the dropship. It was, I don't know, it was weird. Otherwise, everything was good. The dropships came in. They were much better performing than the ones that were in Stanton back in the day. I think it was like 3.19 or something like that. These dropships would come down, they would land, the guys would walk out the back. There were probably like somewhere around 15 to 20 of them, so it was a solid challenge. But they walked, and by the time a ship gets down to the ground, you already know it's like, it's not, there definitely needs to be, they need to tighten how it happens between you fighting NPCs and this other dropship of reinforcements coming down. If they wait too long, you can surround the ship. There's no challenge. You just shoot them, mow them down as they walk out. It's freaking easy pickings there. It's already Star Citizen AI. So I think that it's going to be really good. It's great that it's in there. It's good that we get to test it. I hope they can dial it in pretty quickly so it's a little bit more of a challenge, feels more natural. But the fact that like this ship can navigate down to the outpost, the NPCs can come out and shoot you, it's like, it's a low bar, but it's an improvement for Star Citizen. After this, we've got utility armor, heavy utility armor, adding a new heavy utility armor. It's been set to committed, plus a new visual added to the release view. We like that. Let's check out the release view. Yes, it is this kind of goofy-ish looking armor, to be honest. I don't know. It's so funny. It's so CIG to release heavy utility armor and then have him carrying an LMG. They couldn't even be just holding a tractor beam or something. What's the utility about this? I don't know. We'll probably not know until Starware brings in more of the kind of statistics that they want there to be. I think that each of the different types of armors should have specialized holsters for whatever their thing is. So like a medical armor has med gel canister holsters. Utility armor has like battery or fuse holsters. A combat armor has specific slots for ammo, maybe. I think that like they could do more to make these armors specific without even having to go into Starware and the stats and all that stuff, but I do look forward to seeing what makes this utility armor. We'll check it out in game when we get back. After that, we got the Volt LMG. Introducing Volt's Heavy Hitter, a machine gun that ramps up the punishment as it heats up, trading rate of fire for raw stopping power. As it nears peak overheat, it unleashes searing energy blasts capable of tearing through hostile forces with terrifying efficiency. It's quite the description. Featuring a hefty reload time, but with a high capacity magazine. It's been set to committed as well, so it is coming in 431. I've seen the pictures. It's looking real good. I have been covering this one for you guys for a while now. I have been going back to that same Volt weapons video clip for like 4 years since it came out, covering all the guns that are in there, and finally 4.3.1 folks, all Volt guns will be released. Now we get to see if they're going to start to release for us like the Space AK from the video last year, or the Novia crossbow that people were probably salivating over in the comments. We've got other things to see. The FPS weapons team has actually done quite a bit behind the scenes that we saw in a video from last year, so now that the Volt weapons have all been delivered, I am interested in seeing what comes next. I'll try and get a video out showcasing all these over on the gameplay channel for you guys coming up soon. Bearing! Mr. Laser Cannon Art Refactor. The Bearing laser cannons, they look good. I accidentally called them repeaters on Twitter, but I posted a picture about them, and I've seen some concept art pop up here and there for them, and they look good. They look a lot better than the old, these are like the M4A cannons they're like one of the oldest ship guns in the game, and they get a little bit better of a delineation in their size based on the graphics on them, and they look harder hitting. They look meaner and more interesting. Between audio and visual, it seems like they are raising the bar for all of the weapons across the game, including the FPS weapons. So I look forward to seeing how the rest of the ship weapons maybe get an update soon. Finally, mission pickup on location, enabling new missions to be discovered and added to journals when you approach or enter a designated area. This card has been postponed to a future release, so not committed. I think this would be the second time now this card has been postponed from an update. So they're having some troubles with this, and I wonder what they might be. I mean, Star Citizen has always had location-based weird glitches and problems, especially when it comes to server meshed environments. They now have to redo a lot of stuff to make it work across servers. And I could see them having some kind of issues here, but I do think this is an important one. It's pretty standard in a lot of different games. It's not like it's anything groundbreaking, but being able to pick up a mission when you go to a place could very much be the way that we learn how to play the game. You know, it's not like you expect a new player to know to get a mission to repair a pipe when they get to an outpost. But at some point, they need to know that they need to repair pipes. So it's good to, like, when they get to the first outpost, send them a mission. That just gives them a couple tasks that kind of like runs you through the general what can happen when you get to that location. So I hope we see these soon, because I think it's a big part of making the game a little more acceptable and understandable to newcomers into the game. But that's it. That is the roadmap roundup for this week. We've seen mostly the things that are coming in 4.3.1. Medical gameplay improvements, as I said. Onyx facility expansions are a good one. I've seen a little bit of a whisper and a murmur. Here's the bearing cannons, by the way. You can see that they get more heat sinks as they get bigger. I've seen some whispers and murmurs, by the way, that we might see some more underground facilities sometime soon. Folks, that's what I was saying, man. We won't get too much into that. We'll wait until that starts to surface itself in official information more. But keep an eye out. That's good news. Either way, thank you guys for checking out this roadmap roundup. Like I said, I'm going to try and give you some updates like this throughout the next couple of weeks, but we're going to be kind of moving around quite a bit. I don't know, who knows? Maybe we'll do like a stream or some videos showing you what the heck's going on here. I hope you're having a wonderful September. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you all in the next one.